Hello students, Assalamu alaikum. We have completed all papers of June 2022, and from today, inshallah, we'll start solving all the papers of November 2022, inshallah. So, see, here is your paper. Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. October-November 2022, paper 12, 7707, O levels. Okay. This is your first MCQ. Now, which transaction will increase both assets and capital by the same amount? In this type of question, you have to keep in mind the fundamental accounting equation, which says assets is equal to liabilities plus capital. Okay, fundamental accounting equation. Now, a credit customer settles his account after deducting a cash discount. When a customer is paying us, asset is going to be increased. One asset, cash or bank, is going to increase. Account receivable is going to decrease, but we receive less amount as compared to account receivable because of the cash discount. So this could not be the answer. Okay. Okay. Now, goods were sold for cash at a price higher than their cost price. When we are selling goods, we always sell, unless we have some extraordinary situations in the market, we sell them at a higher price. So when we are selling, one asset, account receivable, is going to increase, and revenue, because we do not have revenue column in our fundamental accounting equation, we have to increase capital. So asset is increased and capital is also increased with the same amount. So this should be the answer. Getting my point clear? So why not option C and D? Rent received included an amount prepaid for the next accounting period. So when we are getting a revenue more than this revenue which is prepaid, or more than the amount which is due this year, but we have received an amount which is for the next year also. So that amount is prepaid. Prepaid increases liability. Prepaid revenue increases liability also. So this could not be the answer. And the owner repaid a loan from his personal bank account. In this situation, liabilities are decreased and capital is increased. So asset is not involved in this transaction. So this could not be the answer. Getting my point clear? Okay. Now, number 2. On 1st June 2021, Sue Capital account had a credit balance of 120. During the year ended 31st May 2022, she withdrew goods costing 1,800. The loss for the year was 14,200. What was the credit balance on Sue's Capital account on 1st June 2022? Now, capital at start is given. Okay. We need calculator. 120,000. Capital at start less net loss less drawings, 104,000. So A option should be the answer. 104,000. Getting my point clear? 104,000 should be the answer. Okay. Okay. Oh no. Okay. Now, come to question number 3. Bilal purchased goods on credit from Asim. Where should Asim record this transaction? So, Bilal is the buyer, Asim is the seller. Okay. Now, in that case, Asim, because Asim is selling goods to Bilal, Asim will record in nominal ledger, and sales ledger. Okay. In this transaction, cash is not involved, so cash book cannot be the part of answer. And purchase ledger, because Asim is not purchasing, Asim is selling. So Asim is not going to record anything in the purchase ledger. So the answer is option D, 2 and 4. Okay. Now, Abdul sell goods to Rekha on credit. Some goods were damaged in transit. Which document would Rekha send to Abdul? Now, Rekha is the buyer. Abdul is the seller. If Rekha wants to complain anything about discounts, about damages, about returns, or about anything, she is going to send a debit note. Okay. Which is not shown on an invoice. Okay. Amount of trade discount, date payment made, details of goods supplied, terms of payment. Okay. Now, amount of trade discount could be shown. Details of goods supplied must be shown. Terms of payment could be shown. But date of payment at the time of making invoice, nobody can make the payment date made because we don't know when our buyer is going to pay, within discount period or after discount period. Getting my point clear? Okay. Now come to sixth one. On September 1st, Peter sent a check to his credit supplier John. This was correctly entered in John books. On September 10th, the check was returned unpaid due to lack of funds. Which entry should be made in John books on 10th September? Okay. In this case, 1st September, Peter sent a check. Now we have to talk about John. We are going to record whatever the recording they have asked for John, not for Peter. One thing. So John is the seller. Getting my point clear? So if John is selling goods and John is receiving a check from Peter, and that check is bounced back. So John will record debit customer and credit bank. So D option should be the answer. Okay. Now, which entry should be made to post the monthly totals of discount allowed and discount received columns of the cash book? Okay. It's very simple. Debit discount allowed, credit discount received. Nothing else. Not to worry at all. Okay. Jaswinder maintains a petty cash book using the Impress system. The monthly Impress of $100 is restored on the first day of each month. In September, the petty cash book showed the following. Total expenses 83, total receipts $7. Okay. Now 83 means from petty cash book we have paid 83, and in petty cash we have received, might be due to some reasons, we have received $7. So how much we have to replenish? How much amount we need to replenish using the Impress system? Yes, obviously 83 minus 7, that is $76. Okay. Sadik's trial balance fell to balance. Okay. The debit column total 12,250 and the credit column total 12,200. The following errors were discovered. No entry had been made for cash sale 150. The total of discount received account $50 had been omitted from the trial balance. Okay. What were the totals of the trial balance after the errors had been corrected? Okay. Now, total 150 of cash sales, 50 of discount received. If we add to credit column, that would make 12,400 credit column. And 150 we have to add in the debit column for cash sales. So it means both of them will be balanced, agreed on 12,400. Okay, number 10. $68 paid by credit transfer for insurance was entered in the accounting result 86. Which entry will catch? This is a transposition error, but transposition error has occurred on both the sides. In accounting records means this error has been entered on both the sides. Suppose transposition was done on only one side of insurance account, then it is the error affecting trial balance. Because 68 has entered as 86 in the accounting records, it means it's a double entry error, not affecting trial balance. Okay. So what we have to do, and one thing very important to note here, suspense is not given in the options. It means error not affecting trial balance. Okay. Now, what we have to do, we have to decrease amount of insurance by $18. So insurance credit and bank debit. This A should be the answer. After the preparation of an income statement, Emma discovered the following errors. A debt of $1,500 should have been written off as irrecoverable. No adjustment had been made for rent prepaid by Emma, $2,800. The draft profit for the year was $35,000. Now, what we have to do, 35,000 is our profit. Yes. Now, 1,500 bad debt written off minus 1,500. And 2,800 is going to be added because prepaid, when we adjust prepaid in expense, our total expense decreases because of any prepaid expense. So decrease, when something decreases expenses, it increases ultimately profit. 2,800. 36,300, C option should be the answer. Okay. Hamid purchased a motor vehicle from an overseas motor manufacturer. Which expenditure relating to motor vehicle is capital expenditure? We all know that capital expenditure only occurs once. Okay. So the answer should be delivery charges. Yes. Because insurance, petrol, tire replacement are revenue expenditures. They occur repeatedly for the vehicles. Okay. When Tile purchased a motor vehicle for 35,000, he estimated it would be used for 5 years and sold for 5,000. Okay. Now, this is the data given for straight line method of depreciation. Okay. Now, what to do? We have to calculate accumulated depreciation at the end of year 2, not the book value. Okay. So in that case, what we do, we use the formula 35,000 minus 5,000, depreciable cost 30,000 divided by 5. So annual depreciation is 6,000. Okay. 2 years depreciation means 12,000 because straight line has same amount of depreciation every year. Okay. On the first day of his financial year, Jason purchased a new machine costing $20,000. On that date, his old machine had a book value of $6,000. Jason was allowed $4,500 for the old machine in part exchange. He paid the balance by check. Machinery is depreciated at 20% per annum. How much should be charged to Jason's income statement for the year? Acha. Now see. The value of the book value of old machine was 6,000 and it was exchanged for 4,500. 1,500 is the loss and 4,000 is the depreciation on new machine. 20,000 multiplied by 20%. So that means 4,000. Okay. So for on exchange, he suffered a loss of 1,500. 4,000 is the depreciation of new machine. So total 5,500 would be charged to income statement. Okay. So D option should be the answer. Now, Maratha rents out part of her business premises. On 1st September 20, she was owed rent of 1,500. On 31st August 20, she owed rent 1,800. During the year 31st August, Maratha received rent of $6,000. How much was transferred to income statement for the year ended 31st August 2022? Okay. Now, because we don't know the rent, monthly rent if we know the monthly rent, that would be very easy. If we can know what is our monthly rent, we can multiply 12 by 12 and that would be the income for the year. But here we have to use the formula. Rent received during the year 6,000. Okay. Owing at start less plus owing at end. The answer is 6,300. Yes. So C option should be the answer. Okay. Now come to 16. Okay. Parker received cash from Alexi for a debt that had been written off as irrecoverable. Okay. Now, how should Park record this in his account? Okay. This is very simple. He has received cash. Okay. These two options are useless. When we are receiving cash, cash is not going to credit. Are you getting my point there? So two options. And definitely B option is the answer. Okay. Okay. Now 18. Sorry, 17. 17 again. Huh? Why should inventory be valued at a lower cost and NRV? Okay. 17. To avoid undervaluing the inventory, to comply with the historical cost principle. No. 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 Yes. To ensure profits are not overstated. Okay. Because inventory has great impact on cost and expenses and gross profit. Okay. How would current assets be listed if they are arranged in decreasing order of liquidity? Okay, decreasing order, the actual order which we follow in our accounting is inventory, trade receivable, bank and cash. But we need decreasing order of liquidity. It means B option should be the answer. Cash, bank, trade receivable, inventory. Okay. Now 19. During the year, Sam paid advertising expense, some of which related to the following financial year, means prepaid. Sam made an adjustment for this when preparing his financial statement for the current year. What was the effect on Sam financial making this adjustment? Okay. Now, in this case, prepaid, when we are adjusting prepaid with the expense, our total expense are going to decrease and profit is going to increase. So C and D option could not be the answer. Okay, A or B. Okay. Now current asset will increase. Yes. Prepaid expenses creates current assets, not current liabilities. So B option should be the answer. Okay. Prepaid revenues increases liability. Getting my point there? Okay. Now 20. Members of a limited liability company for the debts of that company have limited liability for that. What does it mean? Okay. Now limited liability. Members are equally liable for the debts of the company? No. Members are liable only up to the value of their personal assets? No. Members are liable only up to the amount they agree to pay for their shares in the company? Yes. They are not up for their personal assets. They are not equally liable. Okay. And members are liable on the value of debentures, so we are not talking about debentures. So D option could not be the answer. Okay. Now 21. A limited company provided the following information: non-current assets, ordinary share capital, debentures, net current assets. What were the retained earnings? Okay. Okay. See, in this question, what happens? If we add non-current asset, net current asset, we will get capital employed. Okay. Capital employed can be calculated using either side of the balance sheet. Non-current asset plus net current assets or working capital, or shareholders equity plus long-term liability. So if we add non-current asset and net current asset, it would give you 65,000. But if you add ordinary share capital and debentures, it will be only 50,000. 65,000 minus 50,000 means 15,000. So A option should be the answer. Okay, yeah. Okay. A option should be the answer. 15,000. What is included in the equity of a limited liability company? Ordinary share capital. Okay. Retained earning. Okay. General reserve. Yes. So A option should be the answer. Debentures cannot be included in the equity. They are part of long-term liability. Okay. The financial year of a club ends on 30th September. During the year ended 30th September 2022, the club received an interest-free loan from a member. In which of the club financial statement will this income and expenditure account and statement of financial position? No. It is going to appear in statement of financial position, but not income and expenditure account. Receipt and payment, yes, but not income and expenditure account. Receipt and payment and financial statement, yes. And definitely D is not the answer. Okay. A club and an accumulated fund at the start of the year 18,000, at the end of the year 16,200. New equipment costing 1,100 was bought during the year. Total expenses for the year 9,550. The only income came from the subscription. How much was subscription for the year? Okay. Now, accumulated fund at the start of the year 18,000. Okay. See. 18,000 plus 1,100, it is increased by the new equipment. Okay. Minus 9,500. Total expenses of the year 9,600. Minus 16,200. Sorry, it's the start of the year 18,000 minus the start of 18,000 minus yeah, 18,000. Okay, 18,000 minus 9,000. Okay, minus 9,550. Okay, now see 18,000. Yeah, kya hoga isme? 18,000 minus accumulated fund at the start of the year minus 16,200 at the end of the year is 1,800. 1,800 minus 9,550 expenses. So 7,750 is your subscription because it's showing a loss of 1,800. Okay, deficit of 1,800. I'm sorry. 25. Dan makes t-shirt which are stamped with a design using fabric paint. He provided the following information. Okay. Fabric for t-shirt, 10,000. Factory heating, lighting, fabric paint, fabric factory and wages of machine operator. What was the total direct cost? Now, direct cost means we have to calculate the direct expenses. Okay. Fabric, this is direct cost. Fabric paint is direct cost. And wages of operator. 10, 16, 4, 30. This is the answer. Easy. Okay. In manufacturing account, carriage on raw material was incorrectly treated as factory overhead. How did this error affect the plant cost? Now, if we do not include carriage on raw materials, this is definitely our prime cost is understated. But ultimately, this carriage on raw material is going to be the part of cost in the form of overhead. So it means total cost of production is not going to be affected with this error. Any item of cost, if you swap the place or if you change the place, that is not going to affect the cost of production. Okay. But prime cost it's going to affect. It's understated. 27. Please hold. Azan hold. It's Azan time. Just 2 minutes. Okay. Now, 27, non-current assets, inventory, trade receivable, bank order, trade payables at 1st October 2021, 30th September 2022, at start, at end. Okay. Change profit and loss. Achha, what we have to do for this question, we have to calculate capital at start and capital at end. So 10,000 plus 2,500 plus 1,500 plus 800 plus 1,000. 15,800 is the capital at this start of the year. 12,000 plus 2,000 plus 30. Sorry, what I'm doing. 10,000 plus 2,500 plus 1,500 minus 1,800. 12,200 is the capital at start. Okay. So what we do, we'll write it over here. Capital at start, 12,000. 12,200. Okay. Now here, if we write capital at end, 12,000 plus 2,000 plus 1,300. Okay. Minus 900 minus 1,900. 12,500. Okay. So it means because drawings are not given, additional investment or anything else is not given. So it means the difference of profit, only one thing left, which is profit or loss. So the capital at end is increasing. It means we have profit of $300. Okay. So that means B option is the answer. Okay. Now come to 28. Aruna does not maintain a full set of inventory. She provides the following information. Okay. Trade payables 1st August, trade payables 31st July 2022. Okay. Cash purchase made during the year, payments made to credit supplier. What was cost of her purchases for the year 31st July 2022? Now we have to calculate total purchases. So for that very purpose, what we have to do, payment made to suppliers 168,000 plus trade payables at end 27,290 minus payables at start 23,450 plus cash purchases 16,000. The answer is 187,000. Angya. 100, yes, 187,840. Okay. Thabo provided the following information: revenue, gross margin, rate of inventory turnover. What was the average inventory for the year? Okay. Now we do not have cost of sales here. Do you remember what is the formula of inventory turnover? Cost of sales divided by average inventory. We have rate of inventory turnover, but we do not have cost of sales. So what we do, revenue is 250,000, 20% gross margin, it means 80% is cost of sales. That is 200,000. 200,000 divided by 5, it means 40,000 is your average inventory. Simple. Okay. Now, Naima provided the following information: revenue, gross profit, what is the gross profit margin? Okay, gross profit divided by sales multiplied by 100. Profit margin means profit 3,500 divided by 28,000, 12.5%. A option is the answer. Okay. Now 31. When calculating the liquid ratio, which is compared to liquid assets, means Always in liquidity ratio, the denominator is always current liabilities. Okay. Now, next. 32. A trader provided following the gross profit, okay, gross margin, profit margin. What would explain these changes? Now see, gross profit is increasing. Okay. Gross margin is same. Profit margin is increasing. Gross profit is increasing, but rate is not decreasing. It means what is happening? Yeah. Increase in selling price and a decrease in sales quantity, no. Increase in selling price, increase in expenses, I don't think so. Increase in sales quantity and a decrease in selling price, no. Increase in sales quantity and a decrease in expenses, yes. Okay, see, option A and option C are useless because in both cases we have to discuss expenses also, no? Because when profit margin is increasing, gross margin is same. Profit margin is increasing, it means your expenses are decreasing, not increasing. Okay. So A and C could not be the option because we do option A and option C are not discussing expenses. Only B and D are discussing expenses also. B saying expenses increasing, which is wrong. Okay. So D option should be the answer. Okay. 33. Okay. A business. Okay. A business renewed an insurance, but the total amount paid was charged as an expense in the income statement for the year, even though half related to the next financial year. Which accounting principle has not been applied? Ah, okay, 33. Duality नहीं हो सकता, historic cost का मसला नहीं है. Matching हो सकता है या मनी मेजरमेंट, सी और डी दोनों हो सकता है कि या तो ये जो है वो मैचिंग प्रॉब्लम है या मनी मेजरमेंट का, लेकिन यहाँ पर चूंकि एक्सपेंस का प्रॉब्लम है तो ये यकीनन मैचिंग प्रिंसिपल का होगा. ओके. What is meant by the business entity principle? Oh, business entity principle relates to owner only. Okay. All aspects of business are recorded in terms of money. No. Goods taken by the owner for personal use are not recorded. No. This could not be the answer. It is assumed that business will continue to operate indefinitely. This is actually going concern. Option C is going concern. Okay. Transactions are recorded from the viewpoint of the business. Yes. We do not do accounting for the owner. We do accounting for the business. Okay. Which statement is not correct about reasons for using international accounting standards? Okay. Not correct. Okay. As international accounting standard assist or help when making comparison between companies? Yes. Improves the reliability of accounting information? Yes. Narrows the areas of differences in financial reporting? Yes. तो फिर कौन सा नहीं है? ये नहीं हो सकता. डी सारे यही करेंगे. So D option should be the answer. Getting my point clear? Not का उन्होंने कह दिया, इसका 3 options तो सही है. International accounting standard, when you are using international accounting standard, it means it is time consuming. Getting my point clear? Okay. So D option should be the answer. Now, okay. Inshallah, we'll continue our paper 22 of November in the next video. Subscribe my channel. If you have any problems, you can leave a comment. I try my level best to answer you, to reply you. Okay. So take care. That's all for today. Take care. Allah Hafiz.